So, as you guys know, I've always known and understood the importance of habits when it came to creating success in your life, regardless of what success you're looking for, whether it be health or wealth or work or business or relationships. It all comes down to the things that you consistently do on a regular basis. In fact, I was reading something by Dr. Wendy Wood, who is a researcher, a behavior researcher at USC. And she estimates that almost half of the things that we do on a regular basis are habit based. We're not even consciously making decisions, we are subconsciously acting. I want to tell you the one thing that I know is guaranteed not to work when it comes to creating your habits. And it is relying on motivation and relying on willpower. Those two things are not going to help you build habits that are sustainable. You see, the thing is, so many of us are trying to get to a result. We're not thinking about our habits in the context of them becoming lifestyle, part of who we are and what we do. We're just thinking about them very short term in terms of, for a fitness goal, I just want to get into this size of jeans, or I just want to get to this weight. Or when it comes to money, I just want to make my $1 million. Or, when it comes to a job, I just want to get this job. I just want to build a business. And yet we need to be thinking about creating habits that are sustainable, habits that will become a part of us. So what does work when it comes to habit? Well, I'm going to tell you that number one, the key to creating habits that are sustainable is actually wanting the habit. So many of us are creating habits out of should, must, have to. And when you're creating a habit from that mindset, it's never going to stick because it's not coming from a place of you actually wanting to create this as part of your life. Sometimes we're creating habits because, we hear everybody else saying that they, for example, meditate or that they have a morning routine. And we think, fear of missing out, I guess I should do that too. If it's not a habit, if it's not a behavior that you have really bought into, it's going to be hard for you to sustain. So habits must come from a place of this is something that you really want, or this is something that moves you towards something that you really want. The number two secret to creating habits is starting small. All too often, we create habits that are too big, or we create too many changes all at once. So I know that with New Year, everybody's excited about the New Year and they're setting all these resolutions about, I'm going to be different and I'm going to work out and I'm going to do this and that and the other. And what we forget is all of the things that stopped us from doing that in the first place come with us into the new year. And so it's not like you magically wake up on January 1st and suddenly you're a new and different person. All of those behaviors, all of those ways of being carry with you. And so if you want to make lasting change, it's about making small changes incrementally. It's about creating what in psychology they call success motivation. When you have a little success, it leads you to want to do more. And when you have success with that, it leads you to want to do more. And so your habit will naturally grow over time by starting small. So start small. Don't be overly ambitious, because there's that saying that says, little by little, a little becomes a lot. Number three, when it comes to creating habits that are sustainable, is always thinking about, how can I make this easier for myself to do? How can I make this easier? Do I need more time to do this? Do I need to learn new skills? Do I need to buy some new shoes or buy some new equipment? How can I make this easier? And so always thinking about what are the ways that I could make this so that it's not hard for myself. And so, for example, if you're trying to eat healthier, it is, okay, how can I make it easier for myself to eat healthy? One of the things that I've started doing on a regular basis is meal prepping. And so what I was finding, especially now that we're all working from home, is I was snacking. I was constantly snacking, but the things that were easy to reach for were the things that typically were not that great for me. And so once a week at the beginning of the week, I do some meal prep. I cut up veggies, I cut up all kinds of fruits and whatever, clean up all the fruit. And then every day, at the beginning of every day, I put out a tray on the counter where it's easy to reach and easy to see. And throughout the day, I snack on veggies. And I found that with having that tray, because it's so easy to reach for, I'm not so tempted to reach for some of the other things that I've actually made harder for myself to reach by putting them high on shelves. So I have to get a ladder to get them. And so I've made it harder for myself to do the things I don't want to do, but easier to do the things that I want to do. So I just want to remind you that when it comes to habits, when it comes to creating lasting change in whatever area of your life, the number one thing to remember is that willpower and motivation is not going to get you there if you want to create sustainable change. You have to make it easy for yourself to do. You have to make it small, and you have to really want to do it in the first place.